Hey guys, it's Patrick2256 here, aka DOS Ownage from the web series Patrick Plays, which airs every Monday and Thursday on the DOS Gaming Network YouTube channel. Today, I wanted to give you a quick and honest, no-frills gaming headset review between two headsets that you probably haven't seen compared very much on YouTube. The first of which being the Sony Wireless Gold headset. You can pick these up pretty much anywhere for around $99.99, that's US dollars. And the second of which being pretty much the end-all and be-all, the Astro A50s. Now these used to cost, I believe they're still on there, the tag, used to cost $299.99 American, US. But they have come down quite a bit in price. They're right now, you can pick them up at GameStop. They're on sale for $224.99. Now, these two headsets you're probably not going to see, as I said earlier, you're not going to see a lot of comparison reviews between these two headsets. And the reason being is because most people will think that they're not in the same league. Now, I say most people, but that's because most people will either buy one or, the other, and they'll just say, this one's good enough for me, or they'll say, oh, it's the A50s, since they cost so much, they obviously are superior to anything else. Now, I've owned a lot of gaming headsets in my my gaming career. I've had, of course, I have the X42s, which are pretty much my end-all be-all for me. I've had these since they first came out, and I've owned from the very bottom of the budget, like something like the Triton Kunai, or sorry, these are the Triton Commas. These you can pick up for around, I believe, $39.99, which is hell of a deal for a headset like this, honestly. I mean, you're not going to find very many headsets in that category, and if you do, they're not going to be good. Then I have had these. These are the Triton Kunais, which they cost around $69.99. And then I've had, of course, the Turtle Beach X22s. And on the Xbox sides, the brand new XL1s. These are pretty decent. I let my son use these on his Xbox 360 when he's playing. And I've listened to them. I played a few games with them. They're actually pretty decent for the price. I believe that these around $69 for the X22s, which are pretty much X21s. They're just a newer version. And these, I believe, were $49.99 at Walmart. It's alright. But anyways, to the review. The Sony Wireless Gold headset it's a no-frills, not super fancy headset for $99.99. And a lot of people will get this just as a budget, budget option because it gets the job done. And then you have professional gamers that are all using the A50s, or the A40s too, as well. And they'll swear by them because that's pretty much the only thing they've owned. They've always owned the top-of-the-line headset for that particular year. So, whether it be the A40s or the A50s and so on, that's all they've experienced. They haven't done any budget shopping because, they make a lot of money off of YouTube and, off their gaming careers, and they don't need to save money. They figure since they're professionals, that's what they're going to get, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I got the Sony Wireless Gold headset fully expecting it to be, something just to get me by for a little while until I could, save up a little money and get the A50s. And I was pleasantly surprised. Immediately between the X42s, which are 5.1 Dolby Surround, versus the integrated 7.1 Dolby Surround that they have in the Wireless Gold headset, there was immediately a very noticeable upgrade. I could hear people behind me a lot more, people in front of me a lot more. You can always usually tell when someone's in front of you. That's not a big deal. You usually get about 180 degrees in front where you know exactly where they are because they're either going to show up on your screen, or you're going to hear them and turn towards them. But when they're behind you, especially on stuff like these, you can't really tell if they're behind you. It's more of a left or right thing since they're stereo. Now with the 7.1s, you can tell definitely when they're behind you. And with the 5.1s, you can tell when they're behind you, but you can't tell exactly. There's no pinpoint placement. You can tell maybe someone's behind you, maybe the general location. I would say maybe divide your rear 180 degrees by like half. You can tell which side they're on. That's what you get pretty much from the X42s. And at the time when I got these, I believe they were like 169 or 159, 149, something like that, which is fine because these were good for when they first came out. But with the Sony wireless golds, I mean, there was a huge improvement. I mean, if someone's behind me, I can tell they're directly to my right or left. You know, I can tell. It's kind of like dividing, instead of in half, 50-50, you get like 4 or 5 different places behind you that you can tell exactly where they're at, and you turn and they're immediately right there. And I was really enjoying that. I was playing with them, enjoying it quite a bit. And then I went and got these. Like I said, these are usually $299. Then they came down to, I think, $250 or whatever, now, or $249. Now they're $224.99 at GameStop. So I picked them up, saw them, picked them up, got them home, configured them, and I played with them for going on about a week now. And before that, I had the wireless golds for about a week, and there's not much difference. I'll be completely honest with you. I mean, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate over that, but honestly, for $99 compared to, I paid $224, it's not $124, difference to me. Honestly, they're very similar. And in a lot of ways, the Sony wireless golds are superior. I mean, they're easier to use. You just plug in the dongle and you're done. And then on top of that, I get more of an immersive sound coming through those, especially when playing like first-person shooters like Black Ops 3 through the wireless gold headset than I ever have, honestly, with the A50s. And this puzzles me. So I thought maybe I'm an idiot and I've hooked it up wrong or something like that. So I went through all of the stuff, all of the instructions, made sure everything was hooked up, even got online, jumped on some forums and was like, hey, I need to know, like, am I being an idiot? I mean, I even got on Reddit and was like, hey, am I being an idiot? Did I hook this up right? Or is there not that much of a difference? And I started to see a trend. A lot of people were like, either like, yeah, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're doing. And those people only had ever owned, A50s or A40s. And then I started seeing people who actually purchase a lot of headsets like the way I do. And they were like, no, there's not much difference. I mean, it's 7.1, 7.1. And to me, I started to notice that there's a lot of elitism going on. I mean, basically, you either have the top of the line or you don't. And if you don't, a lot of people will, crap on you for it. But if you actually go out and start using different things, you realize that the people who are being super elitist are actually just wasting a whole bunch of money. Now, don't get me wrong. The A50s have a ton of different presets and things like that you can change, which make it valuable if that's your thing. If you really want to delve in and you want to change a whole bunch of stuff. But for the average person, the average kid who gets this for Christmas is not going to go out and they're going to reprogram it. They're not going to do that. I went through the reprogramming stuff for this, and it was a pain in the ass, honestly. Anyways, these right here, plug and play, 7.1, just as immersive, if not more, in my opinion, as the A50s. And then on top of that, you only paid $99. So, to me, if it was my money, well, it is my money, these are going back. I'm taking these back. There's no reason for me to have these. Sure, they're fancy. They have like a little a little banana hanger that I can hang them on and all that. But do I need that? No. I mean, it's just, I'm the only person who's going to be looking at my headset besides you guys. And when you guys see me, I'm going to be wearing my X42s because that's what I record with. This is just my personal preference. These don't have a hum or a feedback when I hook them up to my computer. So that's what I'm going to go with. These and the A50s both have hum. And, of course, all the millions of other headsets I've used all have like a weird kind of hum to them. I don't know if it's a grounding problem or what, but that's just what happens. But anyways, I'm starting to ramble. Point is, the A50s, while a great gaming headset, if you're not going to be reprogramming it and doing all that kind of stuff, you can get by just as well with a set of PlayStation Gold wireless and save yourself a heck of a lot of money that you can invest in something that will actually help your game, such as like maybe like a Xbox Elite controller or something like that. Something where you can keep your fingers on the bottoms, for your buttons. That way you can keep your thumbs on your thumbsticks. I mean, that'll help your game immensely because you're not pressing A, Every time you take your finger off of a thumbstick, you're taking a chance. I mean, in a first-person shooter, that's just the way it is. Or, I mean, you can get yourself a SCUF controller for PlayStation. That's all valid things that you can get with that, $124 you're saving getting the wireless golds over getting the A50s. Now, that's just my review, but I swear to you, it's an honest review. I used both headsets for a week. This week, I switched back and forth between them every match just to test them and see which one I preferred. And I preferred the Sony wireless golds. There may be some people who disagree. That's completely fine. Disagree. If you have that much money and that's what you want, go ahead and get it. But you're most likely, it's a subconscious thing. You're paying for the name brand, which is great, But if you're not going to fool yourself and actually listen and use both of them, you're going to see that the Sony wireless golds are just as good and in some ways a lot superior to the A50s. Well, this has been my honest, no-frills review for the PlayStation Gold wireless, comparing it to the Astro A50s. Don't hurt me too much in the comments section below. Thank you. This is Patrick2256 signing out.